Well, it's a Sunday morning. Charlie's excited about that. Are we going to church? Yeah, they don't have a doggy church. They don't have a doggy church. And the pond froze over. You probably can't tell that. It went down to about -6 Celsius last night. We've had a few minus nights. My messy little cabin. I gotta do dishes. The man habit right there. Not even too filthy to use. Yeah, I hide everything underneath my cutting board here. Well, and up there, those are all dirty dishes. But I got other things to do. This is number one. That's how I catch my water. One of these years I might plumb it outside, but that would let all the cold in the winter. So we're going to empty that. I got a couple more buckets to empty too. They're unfortunately full of human waste. I got a second bucket to, so I didn't have to empty a bucket when it was inconvenient, weather-wise or time-wise. So now I always end up with 2 buckets of poo to empty. Maybe I need a third bucket, eh? One I should mention. I hope I get motivated to do it. I was talking about doing it yesterday. I like doing it today. Talking about it yesterday when I was falling asleep. Thinking about it, I should say, not talking about it. But I'm going to strap the ceiling, get it ready for drywall, and then that'll hopefully motivate me to finish the walls. Keep her a little snug. I figure out what the heck I'm doing on the chimney there. Gonna box that in somehow. Okay, the bucket's been dumped. Man, I gotta do some cleanup today. That's left over from a little bit of construction and some garbage I need to get rid of. Pot's been laying there since the last time I boiled up corn. Messy. Gotta replace this. That's where I keep my tanks for my refrigerator. It's been a great, I should show you, it's been a great little rig. That right there automatically switches over the tanks. And there's a little red button that comes out to let you know. I always have it programmed into my phone on my calendar to remind me. Yep, that hasn't quite frozen over. There's some water flow keeping it from freezing over. I emptied out my fountain. I don't know. Yeah, this hasn't been on video. This is all in pieces. That big bowl must have been a couple 100 pounds easy. I emptied the water out of it, but it rained again after and filled up a tiny bit more. That's empty enough where it shouldn't crack anything, I hope. So, we gotta go in behind the outhouse. I think I'll put this on a 2-wheel dolly. I hate carrying it because I'm afraid something's gonna get on me. There's one of them. I gotta do something more permanent back here. When there's a strong wind coming off the pond, it blows in all these holes and onto my hole. So yeah, there's the other bucket. And it's probably fuller than the spare bucket. Well, we went as far as we could with the trolley, and then I love this on my new phone. I can go, and yeah, that's our little spot down there that we have used for 3 years. And you'd never even know it. It's amazing how it, even human waste, turns into what's the word? Compost, I guess. I'm going to use it for growing some stuff next year. We're just going up to empty out the car. There's next year's wood. I made the decision to try to get everything a little closer. This cabin's just down there, so it's better than having it way out at the driveway. Plus, one of my neighbors had a bunch of wood stolen. He was gone on a fishing trip, and somebody stole a cord of wood out of his woodshed because it's right out by the road. And yeah, since I'm challenged for flat land around here, I had to put a second pile right there that I'm working on again for next winter, not this winter. This winter stuff's seasoned for, most of it's seasoned for a couple of years, year minimum. So yeah, I'm gonna, a lot of flat land up here. I'm probably gonna, well, I may not, or actually I'm gonna bring the wood splitter back here and set it up back here. Get it away from the driveway. And where I was processing my wood. I'll show you that in a second. Okay, so I'll keep this running. Don't have to do any editing. I've been checking this a lot lately. My neighbor came to me to see if we could repair this dam. It was leaking really bad. It had blown a hole just beside one of these pipes. So we seem to have it plugged up. I've never had the water come up to that lower pipe. See, they're capped to regulate the water. But yeah, he has a cabin over there, and a spot where he gets his water. So he's hoping to keep his water a little longer because we had a major drought this summer. He was without water at his cabin for probably a couple of months. I bring all my water in, so it doesn't affect me. There's a artesian well a couple towns over where I do some grocery shopping, so I fill up my water jugs. Yeah, this my waterfall that is fed from what we were just looking at, that wasn't running since the end of June. We're in end of the first week of November now. It finally started running again about a week ago. That's good. That's where I get my cooking water and dog dish water. And it saves me having to bring so much water in. Helps out a lot because that consumes a lot of water. I was making my coffee with it too, but I don't know if I'm going to do that. I've gotten used to using well water safer. All the snowmobiles here. I'm going to start that up, and actually I got to put a new nose on it that I've got. That's the one that's on it's all busted. I lost my snowmobile buddy though. There's his cabin there. He went back east for the winter. He's wintering with his gal pal that he was with before he moved here. Got my winter tires on. So yeah, I was going to show you. That's where I've been processing my wood. Splitter's just beyond that white tarp. I'm going to move that all up. I might put one of those garage tents up. I want to eventually build something more permanent. Okay, I gotta get my daughter's summer tires out of the back of this and excuse me, stick them under the tarp. Well, there's the white tarp there where the wood is. We're just making our way back on the lower trail. You can see the cabin through there. Yeah, that's too bad. My neighbor went for the winter. We went out half a dozen times on our vintage snowmobiles last year. It's a good idea. We usually went out at night. So it's not a good idea to go out on your own. Not sure how much snowmobiling I'll be doing this winter. Which kind of sucks. Oh well, I'll make it out at least once. Oh, so yeah, trying to talk myself into getting going on the strapping here. It's just getting started for me. It's hard to just get her started. Get the first piece up and I'll get all motivated. I gotta go in the cabin and measure. I got 12 footers because the cabin's 12 feet wide, less the thickness of the walls. That's about 7-8 inches. It's not store-bought lumber, it's poorly sawn lumber that the previous owner did, so it's not very consistent. And its widths and thicknesses, especially as I got down to the bottom of the pile. Oh, I forgot to bring my ladder over. I need my step ladder. Well, making progress. Let's take the cabinet off above the window there. I got the first two on, got my length figured out. It actually gets a tiny bit wider as you go up. Yeah, so took a break to eat some lunch, late lunch. And Charlie sat there staring at me the whole time because he wants to go for walkies in the woods. He hasn't been out today. So we're going to go do that and then hopefully finish the strapping. Well, there, Charlie's walk is done. TJ didn't want to come. So it's about 2:30. It's supposed to be snowy for the next couple of days. So I'm going to chop up some wood go down to, actually I saw that with the wind chill it's minus 15 tonight. So I've got my wood chopped up split up pretty small, but I like it split in half again so I can control the BTUs. I find I have to get it to keep it going enough so it doesn't smolder and go out. I heat myself out, whereas if I split it a little smaller, I can keep it at a reasonable temperature and it keeps going.